I'll call you up now to give us your 5 minutes, telling us who you are, why you want to become governor of Anambra State, and what the people of Anambra State should expect from your tenure as governor. You're on the board, sir.
Thank you very much, Doc. Colonel Architect Jeff Onyejegbu, the colonel retired from the Nigerian Army after 32 years meritorious service. I am born at a small town called Ichi. It is in Ekusigo local government area of Anambra South Senatorial Zone. I attended all the early school, being tutored by my late mother, who was a teacher at the time. And I did go to Defense Academy as a member of Regular Combatant Course 22. After my commission in the Nigerian Army, I went to University of Nigeria, Enugu campus, where I read first degree and master's in architecture. I moved on to ABU and University of Ibadan. Indeed, I attended the 3 premier universities we have in this country. From there, I moved on to get my PhD from University of Phoenix in Arizona. I served in the Army for 32 years, commanding a brigade in Mokola, Ibadan. Was acting GOC of 2 divisions in Odogbo. I also was the military attaché of this country in Washington, D.C., with a Wednesday briefing office in Pentagon. Why am I in this race? I am in this race because I think I been endowed with unique skill sets, and I am looking at Ndi Anambra as having to hire an employee in the position of the governor of the state, an employee that has all that it takes in leadership. Leadership is not complete if you don't have the components of technocrat, diplomat, security, intelligence. I was also a trader. I was dealing with spare parts. Gambros Chukuma, that is senior brother to Innocent, was importing and supplying my shop at Idumota. When my funds got up to some reasonable level, I moved to Alaba, where I started importing electronics in containers. My contemporaries in Alaba was Cornelius Etokudo, known as Iske God from Abatete, then Sion, Dennis Okafor from Ojoto, Obiore Mone from Oba. Why I am bringing out all these skill sets is because we are looking at somebody who is to be employed, who has all that is required and extra. That is how you get employed in any job quest. I am also an edupreneur. I own KB International Academy. So these are things that are required in Anambra State, to move Anambra State from its present state to the next level. In fact, for Anambra to become really an A state, I looked at the GDP chart. I am finding Anambra with $6.1 million at 16th position. I said, this cannot be correct. It's either that the statistics, the numbers are telling us lies.
You have 1 more minute, sir.
Or that we are not, or that we are not getting the right things done. I think that because of this unique skill set that I have, I am the best man for this job at this time. You cannot give what you don't have. Nemo that who have it. as said in Latin by the lawyers. If you don't have security experience, you can't manufacture it. These things are not in Obuete, nor are they in Otuanicha for anybody to buy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed for your response and for also keeping within the time.
So thank you very much. I would like to ask you a question based on the credentials that you have provided. You know, you show you demonstrate your security background. And so, security is one of the major challenges plaguing Anambra State. So I would like to ask, what template do you have for tackling the growing insecurity in Anambra State if elected governor?
I have been the chief messenger of the mantra of using two approaches, the kinetic and non-kinetic approaches, to address the issues of insecurity in Anambra. Of course, on kinetic, that we know, boots on ground. Now, but I will dwell more on non-kinetic approaches. First, we all know that the main issue of insecurity is not hunger, because Anambra is not the poorest state. Indeed, it's the least poor state in Nigeria by the statistics given by SBS. Now, what then is the problem? The problem lies on the issue of marginalization. Marginalization that is an ideology that had gotten into our people, and then it is real that it exists. Because if you look at take a look at all the head shapes of the departments and agencies of the federal government, you discover that most of those head shapes, you don't get Anambra people appointed to them. I can tell you that if we have a fair share of that, we will be able to at least deal with the issue of perception that we are not part of the scheme.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
That number. So between 1 to 18, minus question number 1 has been taken, number 3 has been taken, number 4 has been taken, number 6 has been taken. So would you choose, any numbers from 1 to 18, and then minus this 4 or 5 that I've mentioned, and I will ask you the question associated to that number.
Let me very quickly, gladly go to question number 8, the last bus stop. 18, the last bus stop.
Okay, I'll give you 18. And number 18 is, what are your views on political godfatherism? What has been the negative impact of godfatherism in Anambra politics?
My views are that godfatherism emanates from when a candidate is not having all that it takes to lead and requires to get those deficiencies from those who will provide them for them. You may want to ask me, what are the likely deficiencies? First is money. Second is when you have not the right connections that are required in leadership. But let's just concentrate on the issue of not having the funding. Well, I will say there is no one person that will have enough funds to prosecute political office. Even outside this claim, you will need support. I remember that even Obama at the peak of his time were taking donations as low as $5, $10, $20. I wish there will be a time such will come to be in our system here. Today, I was just talking with my Umunna. I was like, they said, it's true, you are our brother and you are running for governor. You have to give us money to vote, because others will be giving us money. If you don't give us, how do we vote? How do we not now say we will not take money from others? You now discover that a candidate is very dangerously exposed to requiring funding of his campaign. And when he now had to go and get that assistance from some people you call the godfathers, if he does not hold his own, he might now be beholden to them. Thank you.
So we call on the next person, who is Dr. Onyejegbu, following that original order, to choose a question. Numbers 1 to 4, and 6 and 18 are taken, so he can pick from any of the remainders, beginning with number 5.
I now go with number 10.
Number 10. Very
10.
well. I'll read it out. The IPOB is taking advantage of the gap between the people and their leaders in the Southeast to present an alternative narrative on Igbo emancipation. How do you suppose the Igbo can build bridges to remedy this challenge? I'll repeat.
Okay, go ahead.
The IPOB is taking advantage of the gap between the people and their leaders in the Southeast to present an alternative narrative on Igbo emancipation. How do you suppose the Igbo can build bridges to remedy this challenge?
Very, very simple. We have built these bridges before now. The conversation on this issue is very straightforward. Ndi Igbo, as a diaspora people, are the only true Nigerians that have been building other communities across the Federation. So if it is the issue of building bridges, we did it before even the Civil War. We continued after the Civil War. Every community in Nigeria, once you remove the indigent, that's the indigents, the next most populous group are the Igbos, all over the Federation. So we will only but sustain what we have been doing because we haven't been doing anything wrong. We will ask, especially in 2023, that what has been done for the Southwest to produce the president in 1999, where head hotel, they get it, should be done for Ndi Igbo. What has been done for that the power must go for the North at all costs, in this present time, must be done for Ndi Igbo. What was done for the Niger Delta people when the kidnapping and banditry was so much in Niger Delta, for Jonathan to emerge, should be done for Ndi Igbo. So I think that the conversation this country ought to be on now is thank you. Thank you. I wanted to weigh in on the issue of marginalization of civil servants.
Yes, please go ahead. 1 minute.
Yes, the truth of the matter is that we have so much redundancy in civil service. I plan to have what I call smart government, where the civil service will be run on profit target lines, run as a business. And that way, the civil servant will get a pay check that will take him home and sustain him home for 30 days. There will not be any marginalization. There will be progressive promotions because there are targets to be made. There are profits to be made at the end of the day. I think I'm done with that. Smart government. And that is what
the
APM, Allied People Movement, is all about.
Tell us some of your major contributions to women affairs, women empowerment, and the protection of womanhood in the last 20 years, and how you would cater for the interest of the women in Anambra State.
Yes,
You have 1 minute.
Wanted to bring out the position of women in Anambra, given the population of 51% of women to 49% of men. And then given the fact that they are more educated now, because as the boys system, Igbo, had taken away most of the youthful male children into businesses early in life, left with the females that go to school. I will run a government that will have to, even if more than 50% in every appointment I make, I don't mind. All I want is to achieve results, and they might go to women. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Colonel Onyejegbu, Dr. Onyejegbu, maximum of 2 minutes, preferably less, for your closing observations.
Thank you very much. Ndi Anambra, we are before you now as candidates to employment. Please, as our employer, on 6th November, look out for the man with unique skill sets. I am a team player. I am not going to leave out all these my colleagues, the wonderful people who have been going around campaigning through the state. I see possible finance commissioners, among those of them who are chartered accountants. I see possible trade and investment, commerce gurus, who commissioner. We are going to work as a team. We are APM. We said Anambra security first. That is the mantra, and that is what is in our manifesto. We will secure the state. We have the experience, the training, the background, the discipline to secure your state so that investment can thrive. We are number 8 in the ballot. APM, Allied People's Movement.
Thank you very much.
Vote for APM in the Anambra so that our state will be secured. Thank you.